Ty Bartell, Anthony Hartwig with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we head into the All-American Conference with the Austintown Fitch Falcons girls basketball head coach, Mr. Dan Horacek. Coach, how are we doing today?
Fantastic. How about you?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad myself, Coach. I'm curious to ask too with this team. I mean, you got some practices now under your belt. You got some good returners coming back from last year that got another year of experience under their belt. What are practices looking like for your girls?
We've had some really solid practices. I have a fantastic coaching staff, and we've been really pushing the girls hard.
You talk about that. Let's go into that little meet the team segment now. What are some of the girls we expect on this squad to have somewhat of an impact on this team and might be fighting for some playing minutes too for some of the other girls?
Sure. So starters will be Sammy Severn, Rachel Spalding, um, Kylie Folkline, Ayla Ray, and I'm trying to think the other one. And then we have some juniors as well that would get good minutes off the bench. With Laney Henney as a senior, Josiah Donalo, and we have a couple underclassmen, Kayleana Ray.
Coach, a lot of those girls that you mentioned were part of a very successful softball team last season that went and won state. When you have athletes that know what that standard is and know what it takes to kind of get to that level, what kind of a benefit is that for you as a coach?
Yeah, it's awesome. More importantly, they're awesome people, and they play so hard together, and they know how to win games. And it's hard to teach kids how to win games if they've never won before. And once they get a taste of winning games, they don't want to lose. So practices have been very competitive. Scrimmages have been very competitive. It's been a real blessing so far.
Coach, I know you're not new to the Austintown program. You've coached JVs before. You've had your hands in the Austintown basketball programs for quite some time. What did it mean to you when this position became available? You were able to get it, and you were able to lock down that HC position for this girls basketball team.
I've told people that my dreams I've never dreamt so high. Right? I just enjoyed coaching basketball. I enjoyed being a part of the programs. I never really saw myself as a varsity head coach. But when the opportunity came up, I thought this was a perfect time to do it. I've only ever coached in this district. I teach here. I live here. It's everything to me. I've always wanted to be a Falcon growing up. I never wanted to play for any other teams, and it's just been fantastic.
A Falcon through and through. So what I want to ask is game one, when it's like a reality, you are the head coach of the varsity squad and you're about to coach your first varsity game as the head coach.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like for you?
Oh man. I'm looking forward to it. I think that we're going to have a really good basketball team. And with the staff I have put together, I can lean on them and they can give me good advice, or if I need to talk to them about something during the game, they'll give me quick, accurate advice. And we're just all in this together. Players, coaches, everyone's in this together.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about what you've seen. Obviously, after a full season schedule is over, you might be saying this team has different strengths than what we do right now. But right now in the preseason and before game one, what are some of the early strengths you see from this team that you guys are going to have to play to get wins?
Yeah, good question. It's not a secret. We don't really have much height. So, but we do have a lot of athleticism. And so we're going to get out and run. We're going to play hard-nosed man defense. We got to get turnovers, and we're going to look to score the ball that way. And we're just use our gifts that God's given us, and we're very athletic.
Coach, when we dive into your schedule, we'll start with the conference, obviously. A small but mighty AAC with a lot of really good teams in there. What are you expecting out of it this year?
It's always competitive, right? You got to play every game to the best of your ability to try to get a win. I mean, it's just, every team knows each other so well, and it's just such a competitive league. And it's been that way since I've been a part of the girls program for the past 6 or 7 years. So the the good thing is we have a lot of juniors and seniors on this program, and we have girls with varsity experience, and they know what it takes to play varsity basketball, and they've been in these battles before. So it's a blessing that they've had that experience.
Coach, we got to talk about this non-conference schedule. And I have to tell you, we were just talking with Coach Gilbert of Garrettsville Garfield, and he was even saying the schedule that you guys have put together is quite a gauntlet non-conference. I'm excited for this one. Talk to me about what some of the challenges these teams pose on this non-conference slate and what some of these games our Falcon fans have to be excited about.
Well, we're going to take every game one at a time, and we're going to try to maximize our strengths against these teams, which is being athletic, getting up and down the floor, and creating turnovers on defense. And our height might put us at a weakness at sometimes, but we just have to try to do multiple types of defenses, multiple types of offenses to try to get our kids in position to score. But there's no easy games on this schedule. We have to be ready to play every game. And what I love about this schedule is it's going to put us right into conference season. So we're going to be ready to play our conference games because we have to be ready to play all of our non-conference games, and that will eventually lead into getting ready for tournament time.
Coach, we know to succeed in that kind of schedule, you have to have a good culture, you have to have good chemistry. Yeah. As the first-year head coach, what are some things culture-wise and kind of philosophy-wise that you want to instill into this program?
I tell the kids all the time that we have to be the toughest physically and toughest mentally coach team that's in the gym that night. We have to be good. We have to get after loose balls. We have to be mentally tough to get through the ups and downs of a basketball game. And in every game, there's ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. And we have to be tough enough to be able to do that. And we have to be physically tough enough to get good box outs, get good rebounds, and be able to push the ball down the floor.
Coach, I know that you can't do it yourself, and you've been a part of the staff itself. So I know a staff is so important to building that good program and instilling that philosophy. Who are going to be some big names on the staff this year that Falcon fans need to get to know?
So I have Mark Duramo as a varsity assistant coach. He's a longtime assistant coach with the Borden program under Coach Michella. He is 100%. One of the greatest people I've ever been around. The way he talks to kids, the way he teaches them, it's just top notch. I have Jason Sanak, a varsity assistant coach. He's one of my best friends. We've been friends for 30 years. He's been on staff before. And I have Erica DiFrancesco. She's a former player of mine. She's going to be our JV coach. And then Jake Capizzuto, and he's a former player of mine as well. And he's going to be another varsity assistant. And then I have a volunteer assistant, Cam Jaros, who just graduated last year from Fitch High School. And you guys might remember him. He's a tall guy with a big beard. And so he's on board too as well this year. He's going to college right now to be a special education teacher, and he wants to be a coach in the future. And I just wanted to give him a chance to come aboard on this journey with us.
Coach, when you go down your staff, I hear a lot of former player. When you have people that want to pour back into your program and appreciate, obviously, the coaching job you did with them when they were players, what's that mean to you as someone who has coached them in the past?
Yeah, it means a lot, right? I must have did something right along the line. And, with being with Coach Nurnberg as we took over this program 5-6 years ago, he instilled a very good philosophy, and I've sort of just tried to keep it all along the way. My players know how I feel about them. I tell them how I feel about them, and I think we have a high respect for one another. And it's an honor for me just to get some former players back that want to do this with me now. It's very humbling.
Coach, I love that you got this position too, and I love the loyalty that you've shown to this program over the years and many different head coaching tutelages that have been there at Austintown. Your loyalty, it kind of coincides with us here at YSN. We kind of dig loyalty as well here.
100%.
My final question for you, Coach. It's a sort of theme that I've been doing with all coaches this year. It goes to the love of the game, right? It's that love of the sport that keeps us coming back, right? That keeps us going each and every season. Where's this love of the sport of basketball? Where did it start for you? You have an earliest memory or a pinpoint moment?
Well, I have cerebral palsy, so growing up, I wasn't the best basketball player, right? And I got my start as a second grade water boy for the Fitch basketball program. And what I did was I would, during timeouts, end of quarters, I would run out and then I would give the water to a referee. And then I would go back, and then a timeout I would do the same thing. So that's how I got to start. And then I just fell in love with the game. It's really like, I tried to explain to people, it was like basketball was like my first love, right? So I was a gym rat growing up, and then I became the manager in sixth grade for the sixth grade team. Played a little bit in seventh grade under Bert Stellers, and then was a manager again from 8th to 12th, and under Coach Conroy. And every step along the way, I felt supported. I felt like I was part of the team, and it's been an incredible journey. And like I said earlier, I never even dreamt this far. So it's been amazing, and I'm a very lucky guy.
Coach, coming from a guy myself who has CP and who coaches myself, I want to thank you for showing younger guys like me that it's possible to do with cerebral palsy, and that's not going to hold us back. So we want to thank you for that, and I definitely want to thank you for your time today. We're so happy you're in this position. We're excited about it. Congratulations on your first Coach's Corner, buddy.
Thanks.
And, we wish you the best of luck. We can't wait to talk again real soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, Coach. We're rooting for you hardcore.
Appreciate that. Thank you.